it's my day. Rise up, grind out. I will find a way.
The easiest thing to do is give up. The hardest thing is to keep going when the chips are down. To keep pushing when things are hard. Oh yeah, it's easy to put on the happy face when everything is going well. What about when you are facing pain, defeat, failure? What have you got inside? Have you got the strength to carry on? Do you have the will to fight back?
Body screams no more. Soul says cut the chitter chatter. I came to live and grow. Nothing else matters. You've been wrong before, body. You said I had limitations till I pushed you past them and exceeded expectations. Now I'm telling you something. It's time to push. It's time to grow. It's time to unleash my friend. His name is Beast Mode.
You see, everyone wants to be a beast. That is, until it comes time to do what real beasts do. Real beasts work harder than anyone else. They rise
Thanks for
earlier,
training me,
they
Auntie.
go down later, they push harder. They give more and they get more. Real beasts don't take shit from nobody.
Please forgive me, Jim, for I will abuse this iron. I flick the switch, now you sound the siren. Banging and clanging, dominate this day. Ultimate goal, better than yesterday.
You are not doing anyone any favors by dropping down to the level of the average human. You do not want average. You are anything but average.
It's time for discipline, sacrifice and determination. No more will I settle, nothing short of domination.
Focus, focus.
Time to grow.
Unreasonably strong, unreasonably dedicated, unreasonably committed.
Hustle harder, be better than your competition.
You do not want to be average.
People out there trying to take your spot, work harder. If they do 10, you do 11. If they get up at 6, you get up at 5.
Are you going to be a lion or a sheep? The king of the jungle or another insignificant number in the herd? A leader or a follower? A respected boss or slave to a boss? You see, a sheep is someone who expects the things he wants to be given to him. A lion is someone who goes out and hunts for the things he wants.
You are the captain of your fate, the master of your soul, the boss of your dreams, the king of your goals. You can have, be, and do anything. You just gotta believe. One day will be your day. Then you will achieve.
I am machine. I am beast. On this iron, I will feast.
The truth is, I know within my heart, I have what it takes. Many have come before me with less and achieved more. Many have reached the peak of success. And now it's my turn.
Machine, beast, iron, beast.
Rise and grind. Yeah, baby. Live your dreams. Be fearless.
Why is it we don't believe in ourselves? Why is it that as soon as things get tough in our lives, we start doubting ourselves? We start thinking that we may not make it through. Stressing, worrying, imagining things that may go wrong in the future. I'll tell you, the human mind is powerful, but it can also be destructive. It can be your greatest friend or your worst enemy. The person you see reflecting in the mirror will always provide you your greatest challenges in life. Take control of your life. Control of your mind. Conquer yourself. And you can conquer anything in this world. Yeah, it's easy to be positive when everything is going your way. But are you gonna be one of the very few who stand up when things are tough, when everything is going against you. That's when you must show yourself. That's when your character will shine through. That's when your story will be born. Your story of success. You ain't building no story if you give up. The world is full of people who gave up. The world needs hope. The world needs you to stand up, to fight through your challenging moments, to shine through the darkness. Believe in yourself. There is nothing more important. Stay hungry for success, hungry for more. Most people are bloated with ordinary. They are full of arrows, having appetite for extraordinary. There will always be doubters, but if you stay true to yourself and believe, then one day will be your moment.
Sash, what is the girl on your Steam profile? Asking for a friend.
If you believe, keep your dreams alive. Understand that in order for you to have anything of great value, you must suffer and endure. You are destined for success. And with it's your time to shine.
Dear hard work, I used to hate you. When you called my name, I heard it but ran away from you. When I knew you were coming, I used to hide from you. When you influenced others to talk to you, I quickly made excuses to get away from you. Afraid of pain because I didn't want to get hurt. Afraid to fail, so I didn't even try. And afraid of your name because of what you've done to others. Who do you think you are? Making you so afraid of who you are. Reflection in the mirror, shadow behind me. I take one step and you're still ahead of me. Sweat in my face.
Dirty weep junkie.
Tears in my eyes. I keep on going. I heard you tell no lies. You turn the poor to rich, F to A. Is there anything that you can't do? Now look at me. You made me who I am today. Because of you, I have this never losing, never giving up. Quitting.
Similar to how a softcore can't beat a hardcore player, motivational speeches can't beat an ounce of crack, am I right?
I work harder. When they say that I can't, and count me out, I show them that I can. When I tell them about my dreams and they laugh, I make sure I laugh last. I'm a dream chaser. That means I chase my dream, and no one else's. Only I can defeat you. It's me against this work you put on me. There's no losing. I will not lose.
whatever you want, you got to commit all the way in and think in terms of domination, not a spectator. You don't want to be a spectator.
I'd rather inject drugs.
Spectators pay, players get paid. What I want to talk to you today about is, like, how do you get to that next level? My whole life, whether I was doing well or doing very poorly, which I have, I've always wanted to know, how do I get to that next place? Okay, how do I get
are the best thing in my
individually,
life.
as an individual, to that next place? How do I get my business to the next place? How do I get other people to the next place? So when Alex says that he stole my guy, it's true, he did. And I admire him for being a predator. Today, what I want to talk to you about is how to dominate and not compete. The truth is, the fact that Alex could take one of my guys doesn't make him a bad guy. It makes my system weak. I shouldn't resent him because he grabbed somebody out of my organization. Hoorah for him. Would you agree? Shame on me for not having the holes or the links tight enough on my organization that this guy wouldn't leave me. It's not his fault, it's not Alex's fault, it's my fault. So look, in my life, I mean, what I'm gonna give you for the next 50 or 60 minutes, look, if you wanna get rich, you wanna be really successful. When I say rich, I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about a rich life. Freedom, time with family, choices, get to do what you want. You get to move where you want, go where you want, do what you want. I've lived in Los Angeles, California for 10 years. I was in La Jolla, California for 12 years before that. I left Texas, 0% state income tax. To move to California, was willing to pay the 10.3. I was fine with the 10.3.
The fact that I bombed you in our playthrough doesn't make me a bad guy. It just shows your bad self-defense skills.
I'm gonna pick up my family, I'm gonna pick up my business. Why? Because I'm free. I'm free. I get to roll, baby. I get to do what I want, go where I want. That's why I'm in business for myself. I'm not trapped. I'm not a slave. You're not going to handcuff me. So I'm going to go where it's friendly, where people are supportive, where it's good for me and my business and my family, and the people that work with me, and where it's good for me. And I would expect that that's why you got in business for yourself, right? Look, if you want to be in business for yourself and free, you must learn to dominate. You cannot compete. Okay? How many were trained this? Competition is a healthy thing. That message was not being delivered to entrepreneurs. That message was being delivered to consumers. There was somebody saying, look, the more oil companies we have, the better, because it's good for the customer. Right? The more technology companies we have, it's not just Microsoft, the better for the customer. And inventions and improvements in products comes from competition. But if you're the one playing the game, you want to dominate the field. Would you agree? Let's say I'm playing a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game. I want to be on offense the whole time. Right? If I owned banks, I'd want to own every bank. I'd want the New World Order. I'd want to dominate planet Earth. Okay? How many of you in the room have an iPhone? How many in the room have a phone that looks like, let me see, where's mine at? I never let go of my phone, ever. You know why? Because this phone is a prospecting tool. This phone is a way for me to stay in communication with millions of people. This is not a phone anymore, right? When Steve Jobs got into the business of printing phones, do you know what his company told him? Stevie, don't do it. Do not do it. Stay with your iPods, bro. Leave the phone alone. Okay? He's like, I'm going to make a phone so sexy. Y'all know this story? I'm going to make a phone so sexy that people will want to lick the buttons off the phone. How many of you have an Apple product, an iPhone? How many of you have licked your phone? Okay? Most of you in a room bought that phone in the last 5 years.
Improvements come from competition.
Single worst
Here is
contraction
proof.
in the history of
Tanks
the United
made
States.
in World War II start cannot do anything to a tank that was made in the last months of the war.
Right. You got about $2,000
Technology
wrapped up
evolved
in a
very
phone, and you
quickly
haven't
in
even considered what you
mid-20th
paid for that
century.
phone. And you don't use it. You don't use it properly. And I'm telling you, if you don't have a piece of technology like this, it's impossible for you to dominate. Impossible. This is called a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, what kind of phone do you have? That would be a dumb phone, right? I got a dumb phone. I got one of those old Blackberries. All I can do is email with it. Dude, you want this thing to do everything. You want this thing, I want to be everywhere all at the same time. That's freedom. Okay? So look, I want to talk to you about domination,
the better you
not
have
competition. And I don't want to talk about you dominating other people physically. I want to talk about dominating space by using things like Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and Google Plus and blogging and becoming an expert in your field to where when somebody thinks about your business, your picture comes up. If that's not happening, you are going to blame the marketplace. The marketplace will deliver pain to the people that compete. Why? Because they're all competing. And then there's this one guy way out in the lead. He doesn't compete, right? That's where you want to be. That's how you have to think now. Okay, you're in a new economy. How many believe this economy, the one you're in right now, is extremely fragile,
as skilled as you, I bet you would get improved
amounts
quicker.
of uncertainty. How many agree with that? Okay, how many agree also, come 2013 when this election gets handled, whether it's Mitt or whether it's Mr. Barack Obama, whoever it is, okay, how many believe they got their hands full? We haven't even solved the debt problem yet, okay? You think this thing couldn't roll over again? I'm here to tell you it can. And you know who's gonna feel the pain? The people that compete. Who will cherish that moment? But the people that dominate space. Why? Because people that dominate like contractions. People that are extremely well-versed, well-trained. You know, if I'm training for a ball game, right, I'm the best trained team, I like a muddy field. I like it wet. I like ice on the field. Would you agree? Because my competition is not as well trained. I want to dominate space. I actually look for opportunities of contraction. Trust me, folks, in your lifetime, you're going to see another contraction more severe than the one you saw in 2007. More severe. Does that scare you? It scares me. It scares me enough to say, hey, buddy, you better get busy. I was 51 years old when Lehman's collapsed. Okay, let me see, is that right? No, I was 49 years old when Lehman's collapsed. I had never written a book in my life. It was on a Thursday afternoon. Lehman's, it had been made clear that Bear Stearns and Lehman's were done. Okay? On that day, I started writing a book. By Sunday, I was finished with this book. I wrote the chapters between Thursday and Saturday. Okay, on Sunday, I started writing the book. In 3 hours, it was finished. This book is about, on that day, I wrote, all people on planet Earth became salespeople when Lehman's collapsed. Because money wasn't available anymore. Who did well? How many people just got wiped out of real estate? The pretenders did. Right? The guy that was at Pizza Hut and now he got in the mortgage business, he can't make 700 grand anymore, can he? Truth is, he never deserved the 700. See, the marketplace will always discipline people that aren't prepared. Success loves preparation. It loves it. It admires it. It just flows money back.
But what if there was about 1,000 people that were way better than Sesh?
And the
I bet you could improve even better, fight them, learn things, etc.
So today I'm not going to talk to you about dominating the market or even dominating the competition, but I want to start thinking about how are you dominating yourself? Like, what do you think the number one thing that most of us have our attention on every day? And one of the things that makes these conferences so beautiful is you get pulled out of some of that noise out there. Would you agree? Who do you think your number one competition, number one problem in real estate today is? Yourself? Okay, who else? Who else could it be? Say again? Absolutely the people around you. Anytime I have production stall in any of my companies, the first thing I look at, I don't look for talent. I look to get rid of people. First thing I do every time, who can I get rid of? I'm looking for somebody with skill. I need to get rid of somebody. You know why? Because I push with so much force into my universe, into my businesses, whether it's buying real estate, apartments, whether it's pushing rents up, whether it's doing my seminar business, my book business. I push so hard that if I'm not getting results all the time, somebody has to be pushing back. Somebody in my organization actually has to have the intention, conscious or unconscious, to hold me up. The first thing I'm gonna do is start getting rid of people. Okay, who is it? Who is it? I'm looking for the cancer in my organization. You know, you talk about people dying from disease. Look, people die from negativity every day. They just got to wait 80 years to make it official. How many of you know negative people? How many in the room have been negative before?
Everyone knows that Sash is a dirty crackhead. He can't ruin his reputation anymore.
Planet Earth is the media.
PvP without certain limitations is boring.
It's the media. The media, 800 TV channels spew negativity onto the American public and every other country on planet Earth. They just puke it on you. Oh,
Duck,
but
you
I
still
watch
die.
Fox. Good. They puke at Fox and they do at MSNBC. It's just you're in agreement with the puke. I got some conservative puke. I got some liberal puke. Right?
I died once with no advice or the right items.
Middle. He's like, okay, I'm just an independent puker. Dude, puke is puke.
The second time was to explosives.
Would you
XP.
agree? Just because you got used to it. Oh, I like O'Reilly's puke. I like Hannity's puke. I use every one of the news channels. If you'll see me on TV doing news one day, okay?
The third time was to my sniper.
News. I make news. You see the shift? You see the slight shift? Don't watch the news. Decide when you leave here today to make the news. Right? You don't read the newspaper, you write newspaper articles. You don't read
Yet
books.
It was over by then.
Read them, but learn to write them. And you don't need to spend a lifetime writing a book. This was 3 hours. Okay, we sold 40,000 copies of this one book.
I didn't even try after I died to those.
Ever been in a bookstore. A guy writes me, says, man, you got misspelled words all in that book. I'm like, yeah, what, so what, where are they? 123, 128, 134, 165, 120. I'm like,
you had a rod, you could have evaded it easily.
And bad grammar, too. I'm like, yeah, what's your point, dude? Because, man, you got misspelled words in the book. It's a bestseller, bitch. The word bitch, look it up in the dictionary, means a complainer, a whiner, an excuse maker. I wear a little band on my pin here, on my wrist here. It's a little black band, and it says, champions dominate. And
don't
on the
be
other
a smart
side,
ass, please.
Don't be a little bitch. That's right. Because I don't need it. I need to get rid of the whiners, the excuse makers. Oh my God, it's the market. It's the market. Oh my God, prices. Oh, inventory. Okay, 9 months ago, there's too much inventory. Now, too little inventory. Human beings have so many excuses, it's unbelievable. You know why? Because you watch the news too much. Because you've agreed to receive news, not make news. So when Lehman's collapsed, I watched 25 years.
A cool mind in a fight is one of the best things in PvP.
Either
you can think clearly about what decisions to make, etc., etc. Yes, about an hour of training.
Conservative.
We can fight right now, and I guarantee you will not kill me within the hour.
40% or 50%
because I will just hide like a little bitch.
Cash flows from day one. I didn't do any of the stuff, all the problem.
Really shows how flawed PvP
all the
without limits is.
The debting, all the builders that have never been disclosed that really created this problem. It wasn't the banks, it was the builders bringing product to the banks. Born 115%, building product that couldn't be sold yet, making up actual buyers for the product, okay? I didn't do anything wrong yet. Was I caught up in it? All my assets gets frozen. I got a bank that I owe $42 million to. The bank goes under. New bank comes in. They don't know me. They're like, hey, let's go. Right? Because my loan's maturing. Values had gone down. And I'm sitting with my wife saying, oh, my God, man. I got 4 businesses, and they're all on stall. Engines dying. What does this mean, Grant? My wife's an actress, okay? What does this mean?
Those little pretty lights.
I said, baby, this is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime.
Yes, exactly. I know how to flush you out of your caves.
It's the biggest. It's the monster, okay? Now, here's the problem with it. You're going to 40% less than you've seen me before. Okay, you're not going to see me much.
Not lights.
Because I'm going to go out into the marketplace right now, and I am going to literally cover up. This is my moment to expand into the marketplace while everybody was doing what? What was everybody doing for 3 years? All of them retracting. Okay? This is my moment to dominate, not compete. So that's really what I want to tell you about today. I want you to walk out thinking, man, how do I dominate? Not other people. How do I start dominating my own self, my own time? If you know what day it is, you're not busy enough. Okay? Oh man, I can't wait till Friday. Dude, I don't even, what day is it right now? You should know it's Monday. You should be busy. You should be, but Grant, Sunday is the Lord's day. It's the day we take off. You need to reread that whole deal. God created the universes in 6 days.
I will still train today in hardcore single player against mobs.
Everybody's stuck on the Sunday, okay? You forgot about the part he did before that. I know people taking Saturdays and Sundays off and they didn't create anything all week. True or not true? Look, I hear about the unemployment numbers every day. I said, I sure wish they'd talk about all the people that are employed that don't deserve a job. Because there's millions of those still in the marketplace. And the next time we get another contraction, those people are going to get fed, delivered to community. That's what the marketplace does, man. It basically disciplines anybody that refuses to discipline themselves.
There are a lot of things for both of us to improve, and I'm not giving up yet.
I might be wrong in what I say.
PvP is really fun when done right, but this isn't it.
In my life and the business that I started, my family's told me not to start every business that I've been involved in. Every one of them. Every one of them was a risk. Every one of them I had to take a chance. I remember my mom used to tell me, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm like, Mom, you wouldn't do anything. Well, you wouldn't do anything except be the mother, a great mother to 5 children. My mother wasn't an entrepreneur. She didn't have my dreams. Just because she's my mom doesn't mean she dreams like me. Would you agree? Okay? My mom was wrong about everything she told me not to do. Love my mom to death. Okay? Unbelievable friend of mine. She was wrong. I needed to do those things. Okay? Steve Jobs needed to build this phone. Would you agree? Did he help a lot of people? Did he make some money while he was doing it? $119 billion in 5 years. In the bank. Cash. I'm not talking about profit. I'm talking about done in the bank, sitting there. Okay? Brings a great product to the marketplace. Domination or competition? Total domination.
Go build an arena duck if you want it so bad. I feel like getting rid of the invisibility potions will at least make the matches quicker and more about skill and less about waiting it out.
So what we got to do is we got to get you thinking. We got to get you thinking like the dominators think. How do they act? How does Warren Buffett act? What does Warren Buffett do with his time all the time? Those are the people I study today. I don't study the people that I went to school with, the teachers I went to school with. I don't even study my own family members. Okay? I'm looking for people that are way up here that I can say, hey, what are they doing? Because they're doing it right. My dad died when he was 52 years old. My dad worked his whole life.
You said that it's impossible to die with the rod.
His wife, and he did his job, and then he died. That's not the program I want to get on. Is that the program you want to be on? My dad died. He bought his dream house 9 months before he died. He leaves 2 10-year-old boys, one of me.
Okay, you'll prove it.
2 10-year-old boys.
Fight.
Never got to enjoy us. I never got to enjoy him. Why? Because he worked so hard with no concept of freedom. He had a good job. He made some money, but he was basically imprisoned in his thinking that work is hard. It is. It's difficult to compete. Would you agree?
Okay, give me about 15 minutes to walk my dog, and then you can spam your rod.
And when it gets good, what happens? Everybody comes into it, right? And then you're like, what's this guy doing it? Okay, what's this guy doing right now? So I look to surround myself with people that can dominate, people that are certain, okay? People that know what they're doing, people that are in control. So when I say I'll be uncertain, I might be wrong. I might be wrong about it.
I will bring frost, moon, and solar eclipse, so it's hectic 24/7.
But I'm certain in my wrongness. Somebody said, how do you know you're going to like Miami? Look, I've already made a decision. I'm going to Miami. I'm moving to Miami. I'm going to like Miami. Why don't you go try it out? Don't need to try it out. I'm committed. Of course I need a realtor. Okay, no offense, but it's a dumb question. Why would you ask me, do I need a realtor? Do you think I don't need a realtor? No, I got the internet. I mean, really. See, those things you're acting out of an old economy. You got to change some of your pitch. You got to think different. Austin, Texas. I don't own anything in Austin 1 year ago. Last October, I'm in an exchange out of California. I find a piece of property on the internet. It's called the Monolina Apartments in Round Rock, Texas. Anybody know that property? Property's been on the market for 10 months. It's 242 units. It cash flows right now. It's a great property, 10 years old. I call this guy the king of all